Devin Haney defeats Lomachenko and retains his lightweight undisputed titles. However, was it a robbery? Was it a split decision? Let's talk about it in this video. Yiddy!
It looks like you lost another one.
What's going on YouTube, man? I'm your host, Big Money Pal, and this is Big Money Boxing. So now look, Devin Haney, right, defeated Lomachenko in a very, very close fight. A lot of people saying it's a robbery. However, I beg to differ. Only reason why I beg to differ because Lomachenko, in my honest opinion, didn't do enough to defeat the champion. When you fight an undisputed champion in his hometown, you have to beat him unquestionably. You have to undisputedly beat him, meaning that there has to be no question, no debate that you are by far the victor, the winner of that bout. You understand what I'm saying? Lomachenko, to me, he didn't do that. Now, the first 3 rounds, I had Devin Haney winning. Devin Haney off the gate, ripping the jab. As Lomachenko tried to cut them angles, he shoot that right hand to the body, spinning with him. You know what I'm saying? And then on some of the exchanges, Devin Haney landed the last punch. Now, the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, those rounds, swing rounds. Those middle rounds, swing rounds. Those rounds could have went any other the way, depending on how you were scoring a fight. Would you scoring a fight is seeing who's being a more aggressive, walk you down, you know what I'm saying, or who's being a more active and more defensively responsible. Now, the rounds that Lomachenko did win, he won them clearly, especially the 10th and the 11th. The 9th, 10th, and 11th round, he won those rounds clearly. He won those rounds because he was pressing them. He was pressing them. He was pressing them. He was pressing them. He even had Devin Haney hurt. You know what I'm saying? But in that 11th round, he came off the gas pedal. The last 30, 45 seconds, he came off the gas pedal when he should have been pressing them and pressing them and pressing them. Even in the 9th, even going into the 10th round, the 9th round, going into the 10th round, in the corner, Devin Haney looked at shook, bro. He looked at shook. He looked at like, man, like his man, like he's tired. He like, boy, like, damn. You hear me? Like, boy, like, but when he came back out, he started, doing his thing a little bit. But Lomachenko was getting on his ass. You feel me? He was getting down on him. But Lomachenko, to me, man, outside of those rounds, he didn't do enough. I didn't see Lomachenko go to the body. He should have been going to the body of Devin Haney. Devin Haney has a long torso, and he's a taller opponent. Why he didn't go to the body? He should have been going to that body from round 1, breaking them down, slipping and dipping, cutting them angles, getting him tired, because Devin Haney started to fade in the later rounds. However, what won Devin Haney that fight was the 12th round. He didn't leave it to the judges. You know what I'm saying? He left the last impression that he is the undisputed champion. And he was throwing his jab, letting his hands go, being more active, being more aggressive. You know what I'm saying? But Lomachenko, he kind of took that round off, thinking that he probably won it. But he really didn't have enough room, you know what I'm saying, to let a round go like that. Anytime you fight, once again, anytime you're the challenger, you know what I'm saying, fighting a champion in his hometown, you have to do your thing. And I didn't see enough activity on Lomachenko's behalf to say that he clearly beat Devin Haney. Did he land some of the more noticeable shots? Yes, because clearly he had him hurt, you know what I'm saying, in some of those rounds. In the later rounds, that Lomachenko started to pick it up on. But that 12th round was key for Devin Haney to be the winner. However, I will say this, unanimous decision, now that's kind of scary. Now that's a little far-fetched. I would say the split decision. Even a majority decision is pushing it, because how close and competitive that fight was. Split decision. Majority decision, pushing it. Unanimous decision, Dead wrong. All right, let me keep it a buck. Dead wrong. That one judge, he scored it like 116 or 112 or something like that. Like, no. Like, no. You know what I'm saying? But once again, anytime you the challenger and you fighting the undisputed champion, you have to beat that man unquestioned. There has to be no debate that you really went in there and won that fight. Now, would Devin Haney run it back? Probably not. He might not run it back. But if he's a true champion, a competitor, and all that good stuff, in a controversy fight like that, a very close fight, a fight that could have went either way, really, he'll run it back. And when he run it back, he'll make the adjustments and really press on and really, capitalize on the things he fell short of and beat Lomachenko undisputedly. And for Lomachenko, anytime you fighting a challenger, man, like, you gotta go in there and beat him. That downloading all that data and all that stuff, you download that data as you seeing how Devin Haney is reacting to certain movements, how he's reacting to certain shots. You gotta start setting stuff up from the beginning. Now, when you landing that straight right, that straight left hand on him, the straight left hand, like, good money. And you was doubling it up and you was closing the gap. You should have been doing that from round one. You should have been shooting your jab to the body, hooking him to the body. Straight right hand to the body. Straight left hand to the body. Because you the southpaw. You should have been doing all that good stuff, man. But you didn't do that from round one. You got to do all that from round one. And as you breaking them down, then you start landing them big, heavy shots. Now, Lomachenko is not the one concussed puncher, but he outworks you and frustrates you mentally and overwhelm you with punches and have you just in a daze. Lomachenko, man, like, he could have won that fight. Like, he really could have won that fight. But he didn't do enough. Devin Haney did exactly what he needed to do to win a close fight with Lomachenko. Alright? Now, everybody saying it's a robbery, is this, and that. I mean, some of the people is biased, okay? Some of the people is biased, and some of the people just only convinced that just because of those later rounds. But they forget about the early rounds, and they forget about how Devin Haney closed in the 12th round. Once again, I'll say it again. Anytime you're the challenger fighting the undisputed champion, you have to go in there and beat the undisputed champion. You got to go in there and beat him. And if you don't do that, a lot of times the champion is going to win. He's going to win. Because you got to beat him without question, without bait. A majority decision, yes. Like, that's good money. Like, boom. A split decision, that's even pushing it. Because you fighting this man in his hometown, where he, where he stay at, where he, where he reside at. And you gotta close it. So, big ups to the champ, man, retaining the undisputed titles at the lightweight division. Lomachenko, man, he's still a future Hall of Famer, man, a legend of point with only 20 fights or whatever. What he's 17 and 3 now. Man, like, come on, like, you know what I'm saying? He's the 3-division world champion. Like, that's good money. All right, that's still solid. He still did enough. You know what I'm saying? He still broke some records in his career. Devin Haney, youngest undisputed champion, 24 years old. You gotta get them boys their respect. All that bias and that Tim Bradley talk that be in y'all head, man, like, y'all need to relax on that. And Tim Bradley, man, he a clown. Alright? Like, very biased. And I'm gonna leave that like that there. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm your host, Big Money Pal. This is Big Money Boxing. You feel me? And more to follow. You dig?
It looks like you lost another one.